In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a customer and then see the transactions that have taken place. Let's start with St John's Primary School. Here you can see that there are 6 sections of company information to complete. We'll go through each section in turn. Starting with the company. Abacus is a multi-company system and the accounts are created for each company separately. So if an account exists in both companies, you will need to set it up in each company individually. Next we have the VAT country. St John's is in the UK, so that isn't required. But if this were an EC account, you would complete that. Obviously for the rest of the world, America, etc., VAT isn't applicable. Next we go to the account description. Here we add the account name, account number, a parent account if it's part of a hierarchy, the VAT treatment, the customer type, and then the display label, which is a concatenation of the account number and the name. Finally, we need an email address for sending correspondence. We've also classified this one in the North region. You could add a rating, phone number, website, etc., and the industry. Next, we move to the billing address, and we can have a billing address and a shipping address. Then we have the financial information. So the currency is pound sterling. Again, if the account traded in both dollars and pound sterling, you would need to create 2 accounts. Here we can also confirm that terms have been agreed, or whether it's going to be strict for mailing, or whether or not it's active. We don't need the active one. Then we have the default nominal ledger and tax codes, which you would complete here. For a purchase invoice account, you would complete the purchase information. The credit limit's important because that's what you will be using to measure their availability. The credit period is the number of days that you give them credit for. And you can see here that because the balance is 62,000 and the credit limit is only 10,000, the credit status has gone to bad. Then we have some additional information which will be used in later versions. Also on the customer account screen, you can see that there is a tab for the transactions. So let's see what business we've done with this account. Here we have a flexible list of filters. I'm going to set the date range very wide because this is test data. And then I update the screen. Now what we're displaying is all of the transaction types which have occurred during this period. The transaction types are defined here: sales invoice, sales credit note, sales payment on account, a sales payment, a sales receipt, a bank receipt, and a bank payment. These terms will become very familiar to you over time. Now, what we can also do here is filter this list. So let's just look at those which are unpaid. We update the list, and we can see here that we have all the unpaid sales invoices and sales credits, and the balance on the account is equal to £62,000. If we want to know what the total outstanding receivables are, then we go to the financial reports menu. So let's click on there, and here we have the accounts receivable report. This report can be made retrospective to any particular date. We'll run it for today's date, but you could run it for any date that you choose. Here we see the aged debtors with the current month and then the aging over time. These balances are aged in sterling, but let's have a look at the detail of one of the overseas accounts here. Let's say the Massachusetts Training School. Drilling down into the detail, we can see all the invoices, credit notes and payments on account that are outstanding for this account. We have the date of the transaction, when they were due, the source currency, and the amount that's outstanding on that invoice now. We also have then is the aging in sterling so that it's consistent across the ledger. And then finally we have the age here. If you want to export that for further analysis, you can either put it out as a PDF or an Excel. I'm just going to do a PDF for the moment. And here you've got a PDF which you can print or send to a customer as you choose. The final place where you can see the debtor picture is under the dashboards. We've created a sales ledger credit control dashboard. Here we have a list of the top 10 debtors. That's all that we've chosen to show, but you could show more if you choose. Overdue invoices and customers are over their limit. We've also done a decomposition of the sales ledger, so you can see the aging of the component parts. That's to say the invoices, the credits and the payments on account. Typically you'll want to look into old credit notes or payments on account. Also, we keep an eye on anything that's been left in a draft state. We'll want to investigate those. If you want further detail, we can click into the underlying report. Here we can see the total debtor picture. So that concludes this video. Good luck again with the quiz. Thank you.